stream, hoping for what's true. I'm trawling for honor in this shallow pool. Borealis starlit crown arches over the Puget Sound. Berenice's hair drapes the horizon to Where is my lucky star tonight? The seventh sister of the Pleiades walks in beauty like the night. Oh, that is best, dark and now lost to me. Only trust in the northern star. That's the only point that's fixed. I once believed in love. Even love cannot bridge this rift.
If you would like to hear Night Dreams Talk Radio on your local radio station, let them know. Tell them to check out www.nightdreamstalkradio.com, and thank you.
Please check out the Night Dreams Talk Radio website at www.nightdreamstalkradio.com. Also, if you want to keep our show free of advertising, just hit the donate button. Give a buck or two. Remember, all prior shows are always free to listen to. We at Night Dreams Talk Radio, thank you for your support. You are listening to Night Dreams Talk Radio Network, from our compound to you worldwide, with your host, Gary Anderson.
And that is me. Boy, it is chilly today down at the compound, down at the harbor. I can tell you that the compound, there is ice everywhere around it all day long. I tell you, it's going to be a cold winter. Not like winter last year when we hit like April. We got 97 degrees. Crazy. Earth changes. And you know what? The president today said, oh, there's no such thing as, it's all hogwash. I don't know. I think he's totally wrong.
I got to tell you, we might set some records here. It was, this morning at 8 o'clock, it was 14 degrees, and by 3 o'clock, it was 45. Tomorrow here, it's going to be 60. Saturday is going to be 70. And Sunday, it's going to be 55. These are some severe high temperatures for January, let me tell you.
Oh, yeah. It's weird because you know what? To go from one, that's how it was here last year. It was like freezing, and then one day, like, we wake up and it's like sunny and it's hot. But it only lasted one day, and it was crazy. We broke all records in recorded history up here in the Northwest when that happened. But I think things are going on. And, anybody sits back and says, oh, it's hogwash. It's all, a hoax about, earth changes. I don't know what they've been smoking, but they've been smoking something they shouldn't be. I can tell you that. Well, rescuers save a skunk. Boy, they were brave, weren't they? The head of the skunk was stuck in a beer can.
Oh, they were brave, because I'm going to tell you something. That was a very disgruntled skunk, to say the least, or drunk as a skunk. But, you're facing the business end of that guy trying to get his head out of a drunken skunk out of a can.
Well, if you get sprayed by a skunk, throw your clothes away. Be prepared to be in a bathtub numerous hours trying to get rid of the stench, because I'll tell you what, it's history. So, you don't want to get sprayed by a skunk. But you know what?
No.
Firefighters, again, this is like an ongoing thing. Every week it seems like, either a moose or a cow or a horse.
Uh-oh.
In this case, it was a deer that broke through the ice in a frozen, lake. And they managed to save it.
Yeah, it seems like every week now we're getting reports of that. Now, I'm wondering the areas that they are falling through, if like here where I live, if the temperatures are abnormally warmer, but the animals don't know that. They're used to a certain time of year crossing these lakes or rivers, and it's not thick enough because of the weather, and they're falling through. I wonder if that's having an impact on the animals.
I have no idea. And squirrels repeatedly target a man's Jeep and cause $700 worth of damage.
I wonder if it's the same tribe of squirrels that wrecked that house the other day. That was something else. But I have seen what squirrels can do to cars. They can get in your car, tear up your wires. If you got food in the car and there's a bunch of them, they can really tear up your upholstery. I'll tell you, they can do a number.
Well, remember back here about a month ago that somebody's car wouldn't start? They opened the hood and they found hundreds of, nuts that a squirrel decided, hey, I'm going to make this nice warm motor my home. That was really interesting.
I remember that. I had an old 70 Chevelle long years ago when I was a teenager, and I had a squirrel infestation. They got up into my air cleaner in there, and they made a little nest with nuts, but not as bad as what that guy had. But it was weird because I'd start the car up and I heard all these nuts fluttering around. I was like, what is that? I thought the motor was blowing up. But, yeah, he had a whole little stash of nuts up in my air cleaner.
Oh, yeah. Well, here, I know a lot of people like having a home business. But a guy in Las Vegas figured he was going to create a gas station in his backyard. Now, which is totally illegal, very dangerous. Yeah. Could you imagine the residents around that guy's property? I mean, it could have been disastrous. Thank God, that they discovered it. But there he was. People were driving going through his backyard getting gas.
That is bizarre. And the thing is, if we had gas in the ground like regular gas stations, there's all kind of FAA and all kind of codes you got to pass and safety things. That guy wasn't thinking. He was just seeing dollar signs. Like, really, you're not going to get caught?
Well, you know how dangerous that is. I mean, considering he didn't even have it underground, but he had a large bunch of fuel tanks and a gas pump that was found in his backyard home. Now, what this guy was doing, according to the firefighters and the police, code enforcement officers actually even responded to it. It's not only illegal in the city, it is a hazard to the neighbors, to the first responders, and for anybody, because it could have really exploded.
Absolutely. All it would take is one little spark from Lord knows what, and you're in big trouble. Who knows how much gas he had back there, but yeah, that's
hundreds
just a
of gallons.
time bomb.
Hundreds of gallons. Now, why? I mean, evidently, the guy would have to go get gas somewhere, which you'd find it probably cheaper, and you're making pennies on the gallon. Why? It shows a picture of it. Here's these big tanks, and then he has a nice chair next to it, and then he has a gas pump. So here, I mean, and people were driving up, going through his backyard, and that was getting suspicious to authorities. Like, why are people driving through this guy's backyard? So when code enforcement came out, they saw a gas pump. Then they saw these great big drums of gas. I mean, you're talking about having a neighborhood blowjob. This thing could have taken out. This blowjob could have been Las Vegas's biggest blowjob next to the prostitutes that could ever happen in Las Vegas. Do you realize that?
Something tells me that Karma's going to get him in a restaurant room of a restaurant somewhere, and a python's going to grab him, and then they're going to have to, get him off of it.
Haven't you ever seen these movies where a car runs into the gas station and the gas station kind of like explodes one bang after another? I mean, that is alone is a big blowjob. But to have the capability to give everybody in your neighborhood a blowjob at the same time.
Oh, that will blow the brakes right off of the vehicle.
Well, it would blow the windows out of people's houses, let alone, a couple hundred gallons. The fumes is what sets it off. You can take a match and drop it into gas, and it'll go out. The fumes is what explodes.
Yeah, the fuse will get you in trouble. Well, it will blow your eyebrows off, that's for sure.
I don't know. Only in Las Vegas could somebody even think about that. I would never, there's a lot of home jobs out there, but hey, don't ever think about, putting a gas station in the back of your house or your alley. Well, evidently people were buying gas from them, so, they were risking getting a blowjob from a total stranger.
Yeah, the funny thing is there's a supermarket chain here that for every $50 you spend, you get 10 cents off. Well, you can build up, like I built up a couple of years ago, like $1.50 off gas, and it was only like $2. So I paid 75 cents a gallon. So if you got that chance to do that, and you can buy as much gas as you want if you got containers, and maybe that's what he did, because then you can, if gas is $2.50, out in the West Coast, it's probably $3 a gallon.
Yeah, but so okay, what, you make 10, 15 cents a gallon, and somebody comes in and gets 15 gallons?
We're talking $1.50 a gallon he can make. If some of them supermarket chains, you build up, you can get up, I'm telling you, I did it, and you can get as much gas as you want. I bet that's what he did, and he thought he was going to get rich by it, and he ended up getting caught because it's dangerous.
Well, yeah, but I mean, come on. You got a gas pump there in your backyard with hoses going to these big drums? I mean, the guy was sophisticated.
Yeah, right, exactly. He was sophisticated. It sounds like he'd been doing this for a while. It sounds like he'd well planned anyway, and he didn't think about what could happen maybe because, even gas stations, they have, in case there's a fire or something, they have all these sprinklers and stuff like that. I bet he didn't have none fire extinguishers or nothing like that just in case.
Well, in case something happens like that, you know what? That would be a huge explosion. It would take out the whole block.
Oh, my goodness, yeah.
I mean, it would be Las Vegas' biggest blowjob in history.
It would because it would be contagious. It would just probably, you set off the gas lines and everything else. Next thing you know, everybody's roofs would be blowing off of the houses.
Yeah. Well, in Ohio, are you ready for this? A power outage was blamed on Mylar balloons. Utility officials in Ohio said a power outage affected about 400 customers, and it was caused by Mylar balloons that came in contact, with electrical wires and caused an explosion.
I'll be darned, I didn't hear that. And of course, Ohio's a pretty good sized state, but I didn't hear that. But I wouldn't be surprised, I tell you, my daggone Mylar balloons, they're up there no good again. That sounds like, you know what that reminds me of? The old Roswell incident. It wasn't a UFO, it was a Mylar balloon.
Yeah, the UFOs did it.
Yeah, the UFO, that's right.
Again, Oscar Mayer is still seeking a well-established driver to be their hot dog man, to travel in their Wienermobile. Now, if you want to ride one, and you want to be, I don't know, you know how embarrassing it would be to ride a Wienermobile?
How about riding the Wienermobile to the backyard of the guy there in Nevada to get some gas?
Yeah, well, yeah. I don't know. People do weird, strange things. People are funny, as Art Linkletter once said, and he was so right. I mean, hey, if you could make a couple $100 and pumping gas out of your backyard, hey, if you want to pass the gas on to others and not pay your taxes on it, not worry about it depends, if you're gay or not, giving a blowjob to your neighborhood. The situation here is it's one of the most dangerous things anybody could ever